What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Leo, and how about them Cowboys this Sunday? My boys, they went out and got a dub with our backup quarterback Cooper Rush, and a lot of it was because the defense, man, they played phenomenal. Like offense, they stepped up. Cooper played well. They did their thing, but this defense now in back-to-back games, really, they've balled out to me. Like, and it's just we're seeing like flashes from last year that we seen. The defense was great last year, lots of turnovers. We're not really getting the turnovers this year, but I still see like the same things intact, and this is a really, really great defense. So I wanted to do a Dallas Cowboys defensive breakdown. So I ran a pretty much like a really good amount of plays from the game that we're going to check out, and we're just going to watch them, together one-on-one. I'm going to break down some things I'm seeing, do like a live reaction. I took these plays from about maybe a couple hours ago, and I'm also dealing with a lot of allergies right now, so if I sound stuffy, I apologize for that. And pop the Zyrtex, I'm drinking the waters, doing it all, but we're going to get into it. So going against the Cincinnati Bengals, what do the Bengals want to do? The Bengals love to pass the ball. They like to get the run game involved some, but they really want to attack down the field. So coming into this game, I think we had a good understanding of that, and that's why we had success. But let's get into these plays here. So let's check out the first play. So they're coming out in a 3-receiver set with a tight end to Micah Parsons' side, and Micah Parsons is a dog, man. He's going to start getting that attention. Tight ends, backs, chipping them double teams now because, this guy, he's not just a rookie year wonder. And then we see that on this play right here, how he just gets in here and affects this run. Pretty sure it was Joe Mixon in the game, but just beating the tight end to the point, forcing Mixon to go where the play really wasn't designed. And this dude Donovan Wilson had a game, didn't he? If y'all my Cowboys fans, let me know in the comment section. Let me know. DC for life. But Donovan Wilson had a game. If y'all watched it, y'all know 6 boy was coming downhill and hitting people. So Micah really blows this up, forces Mixon to bounce this outside of where all the blocks and the play is running. So then Donovan Wilson comes downhill, makes the one-on-one tackle. Vander Esch got in on it too, but good play there by Micah and Donovan. I just got this from another angle so you can see. Oh no, this is a different play. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Bro, we can sit here and talk about Micah Parsons for days. So I feel like last year what I seen from Micah rushing the passer was really just his raw athleticism, what he used. And now in these first 2 games, what I've seen is that he has worked on his pass rush moves and hand placement and technical ability coming off of the edge. So now if we're combining that with his elite top tier athletic ability, this guy is going to be insane. Like, he might break the sack record if they play him on the edge the whole year. I really like to float Micah around, put him inside linebacker, put him on the edge, sit him, in the A gap, but because he can do it all. But if he just played on the edge, this guy would probably get 20 sacks, maybe break the record. But on this play, going against La'el Collins, former Dallas Cowboy, so he really shows upfield, and so we see the handwork right here. Right here, he takes his outside hand. He gets it down, gets his inside arm on La'el's shoulder, the back of his shoulder. And I feel like a lot of people think Micah is just a speed guy, but he shows so much power every game. So right here, he has his hand on the back of La'el's shoulder. And look at the strength that he shows. He just pushes La'el into a complete 360 spin cycle. Okay, let's run this back. Full speed. So gets this hand down. His inside arm gets on La'el's shoulder, pushes him with force, jumps inside, completely turns Collins around. And then all Collins can do is try to just tackle him. He just tries to tackle him. Still doesn't work. Micah's still getting the sack. This guy is insane. I'm glad he's on my team. What does Skip Bayless say? 11 from heaven? He damn right. He damn right. Poor Joe. Okay. Next play. Oh no, this is just from the other angle. So we can see the coverage on this play. So what the Cowboys did a lot of this game, and I'm telling you, you guys are going to see this, like probably 80% of these plays. The Cowboys really just played cover two. They either went man, or if they went zone, they went cover two. Like we got the guys in the cloud zones, the hook defenders, the deep, not deep middle, but like, this linebacker in the middle, he travels to this hole, two deep safeties. Like we really just played that the entire time. And I like this, and the Bengals like to push the ball down the field. So Joe Burrow is going to hold the ball. So if we can get pressure with 4, I mean, that's what happened really. I mean, we just took over. We got Joe moving around. He has guys open. You see? The pressure is there. So on this play, all these guys on the line, 6 guys on the line for the Dallas Cowboys, everybody else playing off. So nobody in the middle of the field. So showing a 0 blitz. 0 blitz is an all-out blitz, is no safeties. So everybody's one-on-one in man. So that's what we're showing. Let's see what we do on this play, actually. So we drop out of it. We still bring a little heat. But it's not 0. Because we see the safety float. But Joe just kind of flares this thing out here. And that's what I'm talking about. 6. Donovan Wilson had a hell of a game. Donovan Wilson trying to get into that secure lockdown safety, starting safety role. But look at this. He just tracks him well, brings him down one-on-one before he gets to the first down marker. Oh my goodness. Next play, like I'm telling you, bro, our D-line was just manhandling this Bengals front. Now, this is Dorrance Armstrong. This is our number 3 defensive end, number 4 defensive end. So they just try to block him with a tight end, and Dorrance is like a power rusher. He's a really strong dude off the edge. So I mean, if the Bengals, this is just a schematic game planning mistake. If you're gonna try to block Dorrance Armstrong with a tight end or really any defensive end, the defensive end should win 90% of the time. We got some tight ends in the league that can block really, really well. Hence George Kittle, but George he just runs through this tight end, and that's not good for the Bengals. That's not good at all. So this is we could see the coverage on this play. He really doesn't even have time for the routes to develop. I mean, this guy these are his first 2 routes. Joe Mixon is kind of like, just check it down. This is his first, wide receiver route. He's just making his break as he's getting sacked. So there was nothing that Joe had on that play. It's just the Cowboys are showing a really good job of getting pressure. So on this play, the Dallas Cowboys have 4 defensive ends in. I think this is Odigizua, so 1 defensive tackle. 2 linebackers in the A-gap. Wilson is also up here in the box. And they just let Micah Parsons come free. Hello? Another schematic. It might have been the protection, actually. I think we brought all these guys up, so Joe wanted to make all these guys protect him. Because we're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys coming. And then he only has 6 blockers here. But we show 7 coming. We drop out. Either way, Micah Parsons comes free. Joe is trying to get it to his hot. But Micah is so quick. He's touching him just as he releases the ball. And it's like an incomplete pass. So Micah rushing free. It's kind of just on the Bengals as well. That's not smart. Somebody needs to be in front of Micah. Micah does not need to be the free one. If you're going to let somebody come free, don't let it be Micah Parsons, because he's going to get to you in 3 steps. This is a run play by the Bengals. A little stretch going left, right on the camera view. And this is just our defensive line simply beating the shit out of the Bengals offensive line. We can go person by person here. Let's look at DeMarcus Lawrence, who makes the tackle on the play. He guys the guard with 1 arm. He's holding the leverage with one arm. And then makes a tackle with the other arm. Let's go back. Let's see 98 here. Is that Bohanna? I need to get all my defensive line number guy. But look, he swims over the top of this center. Then shows the quickness to beat the guard coming in this little stretch zone run. So he slips the center, cuts the guard off. He gets into the backfield. So that his gap was covered, 8 up. 72, Tristan Hill, pretty sure. There go my nose, man. He kind of gets chopped down. I'm weak. Who else can we spotlight on this play? 42, Anthony Barr holding the edge. Solid job. Really good job there. But our defensive line was giving it to him. They were giving it to him. This is it from a different angle. Wait, is it? No. This is a different play. Different play, Con. Different play. So this is a really, really good job here by I think this is DeMarcus Lawrence. He stays disciplined. A lot of times on these like play action bootleg type plays, the quarterback will fake hand the ball off to the back, and the backside defensive end or outside linebacker, whatever scheme the defense is in, will crash down and just chase the running back backside. So he does a super good job here of keeping his eyes on the quarterback and handling the play action. So when Joe turns around, he's right in his face. Right in his face, forcing an incompletion. Another play action, look here. Anthony Barr making the tackle on the screen. So they try to throw a screen. So this play is all Anthony Barr, but really look at Micah over here. Just giving it to L. Collins. Like I said, his hands, he really worked on his hand work. That's all hands. He shows his athleticism around the edge, but he shows that the work he put in fighting in the phone booth. So love to see that. But this play is really all Anthony Barr. So let's watch him here. I think he's manned up with the tight end. So he was kind of already in position, but I love seeing how quick he reacts to this. So we're going to go frame by frame. Look at that twitch. Joe Burrow hasn't even locked onto the tight end yet, and he already feels it. So solid awareness and processing and diagnosis of this play. He feels it before Joe just took his hand off the ball, and he's already breaking on this. So the reaction time there is just amazing. So he's going to beat the offensive lineman to the punch just based on his reaction time and feel. Makes the tackle. Great job there by Anthony Barr. I love that pickup. There's our defensive line. Dante Fowler, another good free agency signing I like. I just love pass rushers. Load up on the pass rushers. If you can have waves of pass rush, them offensive linemen ain't gonna block you for too long. So we come out here with really 4 defensive ends: DeMarcus Lawrence, Fowler on the inside, Dorrance Armstrong, and then Micah on the edge. So really we get the edge pressure. Micah is fighting through. DeMarcus Lawrence makes it around the corner. So when Joe steps up, Dante is quick enough to react to that after the spin move. Let's check out the spin. Let's look at this spin. Go up the field. He needs to stay lower on that to have more power coming out of that. But either way, he gets his hand on the ball, forces a fumble. Luckily for them, they gave the tie up to the offense, which is the rule. This is the next play, and Joe Burrow is just under duress. Our pass rush might be, I'm not going to say the best, but it is one of the best pass rushes in the game. And we played the same coverage. Here it is, cover 2. Cover 2, we got the corners in the flats, the 2 high safeties, 2 hook defenders, and this guy's cumbering that little soft spot in the middle. But Joe Burrow is under so much pressure, he don't got nowhere to go. Now, what he can do, the only thing he can really do in this situation is check it down right here. Because your receivers, you have one guy coming out of his break on his route. These other guys are still trying to get down the field, and that's what the Bengals like to do. They want to push the ball down the field. So if you can have a pass rush to get there and not allow them to do that, get those receivers down the field, and Joe has to move around and try to extend the play to make things happen, you're going to have success versus the Bengals. Look at the Steelers. TJ Watt. Boys on that defensive line. Go get them. Bengals are 0-2. They're not a bad team, but they're beatable. So this pressure, I mean, the only thing he could do is drop it off. But I feel like I think Joe Burrow kind of takes a lot of these sacks. Like, he could have just dropped it off. Take your 2 yards. But Joe's trying to extend, make things happen. He kind of gets uneasy, really easy, during the play. So that causes him not to take his checkdowns. I mean, Micah is fighting in his face. Look at these guys all in his face. He steps to the area where he kind of has, but then here comes Dante Fowler. Right in his face. Like, our guys were hellacious. Like, they were all over him. We see high motor, good energy, hustle. Our guys did not stop. And that is because we have waves of pass rush. Like I said earlier, like, that's so important to be able to rotate really good pass rushers in and out because, you know, these guys are going to be fresh. They're going to hustle. They're not going to be lazy. So this is the next play, and this is Micah. This is Micah just smashing Joe Burrow on the ground. This is Micah beating the hell out of La'el Collins and is smashing Joe Burrow into the ground. So, and we kind of been talking about the same thing. Like, Micah as an athlete is an incredible, elite type of player that we rarely see throughout the history of the NFL. So then when he works on his pass rush, like technicality with his hands, he is just becoming a force. So he just does a little crossover. This is AI move. This is Allen Iverson as a pass rusher. Pushes up the field, gives this little jab to the outside, and he's so fast and that he's using it to his advantage to win inside. Because these tackles, when there's a fast pass rusher, these guys are they're going to jump out here and not let him run the edge. So Micah is understanding that. So Micah still gives that hard burst up the field, and then we see the start, stop, and the quickness to jump inside. So when he does that, he also places his hand on that same shoulder we seen earlier, knocks it down out of the way. La'el Collins in a spin cycle, and smashes Joe Burrow into the ground. And Joe Burrow feels that for the rest of the game. Even though it's not a sack, when your quarterback is looking like this, he's not having fun. Oh, my mama. There he is again. There he is again. If he's not sacking you, he's hitting you. If he's not hitting you, he's sacking you. So let's take a look at the coverage first. So they got 3 receivers. This is a tight end, but it's 11 personnel. 3 pass catchers to the right. X receiver down here. Running back next to the quarterback. We just play cover 2. That's all we do. It's nothing crazy. It's simple football. We just play cover 2. We got the deep safeties to cover those deep routes down the field. We got the corners rolled up in the cloud flats to kind of, take away a little bit underneath stuff, and 3 guys underneath. And then this linebacker drops deep middle as somebody goes and takes it. So that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And everything is covered up. This guy is covered. Corner underneath. Safety over the top. Corner underneath. Safety over the top. Deep middle guy taking the seam route. Hook defender on the little square end. So all he has is a little check down that's going to get him 3-4 yards maybe. So Joe's looking down the field, taking his time, and by that time it's too late. Micah Parsons is better than your left tackle. Micah Parsons is better than your left guard. Micah Parsons is better than your center. Micah Parsons is better than your right guard. And Michael Parsons is better than your right tackle. So this is just something the Bengals couldn't afford to do. against this pass rush. And they're not even chipping him. They're not chipping him. He's going one-on-one, and that's asking for it. This is the same play. I think I just took it from this angle. Yep. He's just better. So what happens is that the Bengals feel that. The Bengals play calling offensive coordinator feels that. Joe Burrow feels that. So what happens is they try to just throw this ball out quick now. Now the Cowboys, we show pressure. Putting 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. We show pressure. And Joe, he just wants to get it out quick. We're not waiting no more. I don't want to take no more hits on my body. I don't want broken ribs. I just want to make it home. So he just throws this ball out quick. They take, 4 or 5 yard gain, if that. Next play, we're all over him again. We're all over him again. Let's look at the coverage. So this was his. Oh, this is actually interesting. So this is man. This is 2-man. We got man-to-man across the board. It's really the only other thing we played outside of cover 2. So we have man-to-man, press man-to-man. It's also a really good coverage to play when you have a really good pass rush. Because when they're pressed up, these receivers got to work at the line, and that's time. The clock is ticking. So Micah gets in here. All in his face. Forcing him to step up and around, and we got other guys coming. I think this is the same play, just from a different angle. So Micah does a spin move here. And he's so fast. This is really his athletic ability. His pad level is perfect. So when he comes out of this spin, this is what I was talking about with Dante Fowler earlier. So Micah does a spin, not like the cleanest hand placement, but when he comes out of it, he's low, and La'el Collins doesn't really have any striking area to like punch or grab him to keep Micah from going where he wants to go. He has no access to his chest plate, and so what he could do is just hold on. So Micah gets in here in Joe's face. So when Joe scrambles out, Vander Esch is here. I think Vander Esch was manned up on the back, and they kept the back in. So Vander Esch is a free defender. He can do what he wants. He can help drop in the coverage. He can spy. He can blitz because the running back stayed. Yeah. So when Joe steps up, Vander Esch is there. Clean it up. Again. So the Dallas Cowboys, we put 6 guys across the line of scrimmage. The Bengals were having a really tough time with that. Batting the ball down. So let's take a look at the coverage. This is cover 2. Once again, that's all we're playing. Simple football. Nice spin move. I think this is either DeMarcus Lawrence or Dante Fowler, it looks like. But just staying in Joe Burrow's face. Look, getting pressure on the edge and staying in his face. We're just on him. Good job getting your hands up there. Next play. They're in single back. This is 12 personnel. They have 2 tight ends on the field. Come on, man. Donovan Wilson. Does Donovan Wilson want a contract? Is he in a contract year? Because this boy was playing out of his mind on Sunday. He was playing out of his mind. So he comes down here in the box. Jaron Curse being out too. So like he really stepped up. Comes down here in the box. Sees the handoff. And look at the burst. Look at the burst. He goes and gets it. Jamar Chase, you're not blocking me, bro. Run routes and catch passes, bro. You're not blocking me. Joe Mixon, you're not doing nothing either. Donovan Wilson played a hell of a game. I just love the way he diagnosis. Like, the second Joe Mixon touches this ball, he's in attack mode and shows just the strength. Jamar Chase is not blocking him. Good open field tackle. Shout out to Donovan Wilson, man. Balled out. We need that enforcer on the team. We need that enforcer. Here we go. They're trying to throw these screens out here, man. Because they know if they hang on to the ball, what's going to happen. So, yeah, they throw these screens out here. Good play there by the safety. Let's take a look at this play. Not really much there. I mean, it's really good coverage. This is a one-on-one. Number 3, this is Anthony Brown. So Anthony Brown against T. Higgins. So he's playing, just staying over the top. He's in like a press technique, but he doesn't touch him. He just shadows him, stays over the top. Good lateral step. As a DB in press coverage, your first step should always be lateral. It should never be backwards unless you're just bailing out of there into a deep third. So good lateral step, kind of just like playing defense in basketball, same concept. Good lateral step, and I see he looks really confident right now in his technique. Stay on top. He's running with him. Eyes get in the backfield. Super tight, sticky coverage. They try to throw a little back shoulder. Doesn't work. So this is like the last play. This is third down when the Bengals are trying to go down the score to win the game potentially. Trayvon Diggs just hits it. He just hits it. See it and go tackle. Diagnose and tackle. That's all that is right there. Bengals, like I said, they really, after taking so many hits and sacks and things like that of that nature, the Bengals, they wanted to get the ball out quick. They were throwing screens, throwing little quick passes to the flat, quick slants if they could get them. So that's really what they resorted to. They knew they couldn't get down the field shots. So Joe Burrow just tries to throw this to the flat route to Tyler Boyd, I think that is. And Trayvon Diggs, he's running full speed, breaking on this pass. Great form tackle. Ball game. Cowboys get the ball. You know what happens. Cooper rush time. Shout out to Brett Maher. But overall, I love the way the defense has played the last 2 weeks. It was good to really watch the film on them this week and see how they were playing. Really good game plan schematically versus the Bengals. Shout out to Dan Quinn, Micah Parsons, player of the game, Donovan Wilson, player of the game. So shout out to those guys. Looking forward to the Giants next week. Any videos you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section. Drop any comments. I love interacting with you guys. Like the video, subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. This is a long video, so if you made it this far, salute to you. And y'all take it easy. Have a good day. Peace.